Hi, everyone. Hop to you all. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Yay. My mic's a little low. See, now. Let me see here. Where's my mic? There it is. How's this? Is this better? I did get some rest today. Thank you. Still recovering from the jet lag a little bit. I finally watched The Substance. I never watch movies anymore, and so I'm so behind on the big movies of the day. So I watched The Substance. It was really good. It was gross in all the best ways. And yeah, it was awesome. It was really good. I have not watched Dune yet. Next on my list is Sinners. I'm trying to, I think I'm going to start doing on Thursdays I watch a movie. Specifically a movie that I know my wife won't like because she's at work and I have the day off. Instead of just scrolling on my phone all day, I'll watch something long form. So yeah, today I watched The Substance. I liked it a lot. And I hope the director/writer does some more shit soon because I really liked it. And yeah, next week I'm going to do Sinners. I was about to click on Sinners and then I was like, I still haven't watched The Substance. I feel like I got to get that one out of the way chronologically. That makes sense to me. And then I'll watch Sinners. So Sinners will be next week. So yeah, just trying to get better about watching movies because I love movies. I love them so much and I don't get a lot of time to watch them anymore. We were going to go see The Bride tonight, but then we decided to just stay in. Because I finally got to make corned beef and cabbage since I was away for St. Patrick's Day. I was flying. So I made dinner. That shit cooks all day. Yeah, and we just hung out, which was really nice. Was it our first night really together? I feel like she had something. Yeah, she had a haircut after work yesterday and I was working, so tonight was the first night since I've been back that we got to hang out. The Bride was the first movie I've ever walked out of. Really interesting. Ooh, bad reviews. Okay, well, glad I didn't waste my money on it. It was between that and Wuthering Heights, which I also heard was bad, so I guess it's okay that I just stayed home. Was Hamnet based on the book? Yes, it is. I haven't seen the movie, but that book made me so sad. It came across my path, I think from one of my writing teachers, my former writing professors, who's a mentor now. She told me about it. And then I finally got around to reading it, and it coincided with my niece being in the middle of fucking chemo as a child. And, yeah, I had to put it down. But then I came back to it. If you know, you know. I can't stay awake long enough during a movie to go, oh, I love going to the movies. Project Hail Mary, thoroughly enjoyed it. I haven't heard of that one. You loved Wuthering Heights. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Wuthering Heights is not my favorite Bronte book in general. I'm definitely more of a Jane Eyre girly, but I read the book because I knew this movie was coming out. I finally actually read it, and I watched the movie about Emily Bronte with the girl from Sex Education in it, which was very, very good. I think was it the other Bronte sister or something like that? And I watched at least one version of it. I don't know. I got very into period pieces for a hot second. I think it was last summer. So I did multiple versions of Pride and Prejudice. I did Wuthering Heights and all that jazz. Naming my first girl due in August after Jane Eyre. Oh, I love the name Jane. It's a classic. Jane Eyre is a book that I was supposed to read in AP English and didn't. I kind of just skimmed it, right, to get by. Shout out my ADHD overachievers who never did their homework either. And when I graduated, I think after college too, you just get so burnt out on trying to keep up with all the academics. I finally went back and started reading books that I had just skimmed to pass quizzes and tests. So Jane Eyre was one of them. 100 Years of Solitude is another one. And they're two of my favorite books of all time now. So if you didn't like them in high school, maybe go back and give them another try. Speaking of, we still have time in the March reading challenge. The two people that won the February challenge, I'm so sorry, because of the traveling, I have not reached out to you, but I will be in contact this week or weekend in order to get you your gift certificates for winning the challenge. That movie was amazing. It's called Emily, not accurate, but a lot of fun. Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was very good. I remember I didn't grow up on Jane Austen. I never got into her. I think potentially because I tried to read Pride and Prejudice when I was like, I had to have been like 10 or 11 years old, and I had no idea what most of the words meant. And I remember the sentences were so long to me that I would like lose track of what they meant, like there's lots of commas and a lot of clauses in those sentences. And so it felt like reading a different language. It was very similar to the feeling I had in like college French classes when I was trying to read novels from like the 19th century. Dollhouse. Yeah. So we're going to watch some of her video tonight. It's like an hour and a half long. We're definitely not going to get to all of it because I be pausing, but she's great. She did a video about, what was it about? It was about Cruel World, Happy Mind, I believe. Here, I'll show you guys. This is Dollhouse, the Dollhouse. Go give her a follow. She makes long form videos. Something about her delivery, sort of like the dryness of it and the humor and the intelligence. It's like it's reminding me of ContraPoints in the best ways. She clearly puts a lot of time into her videos, which I really like. Yeah, it's a video about Snark. Okay, so the other one she did was about moralistic bullying and commentary YouTube, and the thrust of it was about Cruel World, Happy Mind in the end. So yeah, we're gonna see how much of this we can get through tonight. Yeah, no, she's not a snarker. She made a video about Snark. She is doing the thing that I have been begging for someone to do, and I have not had time to do or interest in doing, which is making some content about these crazy Snark subreddits. So we are going to see how it is. I hope it's good because this is not a video I want to make. Shirtless Sick Ethan. Mrs. Kate is taking over. It was a fun episode today with the crew of Mrs. Ela Klein. I haven't watched it yet. I was watching movies. So I'll probably watch that after this before I go to bed. Okay, here we go. How's the volume on this, everybody? Let me make sure it's up loud enough. Where's the fucking website one? Did y'all hear any of that? Why does it look like I don't have... Yeah, no audio. Okay, that's what I thought. Weird. Okay, let's try this now. They just keep changing things in OBS. It's annoying. What? Still nothing? Still nothing. And I got quiet again. What the fuck is going on? This fucking bullshit. You hear me, but you don't hear the actual... Okay, let's see here. Oh, well, you can't even see the fucking thing. Hang on one second. There we go. Okay. Take 2. Let's try this now. Let's get the kinks worked out before we get too far into this.
Ooh, okay. Does anyone remember Velma?
I spit truth without a filter, like every comedian before #MeToo.
Yes,
For
yes.
any of you who don't remember, Velma was an infamous adult animated
Are we
show
good?
from 2023 that was one of those insufferable, dark, edgy reimaginings of beloved children's media. In this case, it dared to ask the question, what if It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia were written by people who didn't get the joke? And never having seen Velma, I can make that judgment because I've seen highlight reels. Velma being X for X minutes compilations did extremely well. Everyone wanted a front row seat to the cringe without having to suffer through the entire show.
I never watched Velma. Kate, read the top comment before you start. Okay, where is it? I had a lot of help with my audio issues from Alex of Fiction. Oh, shameless plug. Shout out Alex. Thank you, Alex, for your help with this. Let me link this here for you guys if you want to watch the whole thing. Will you pin my next message? What is it? Is it the video that I just pinned? Same page, girls. Same page. Okay.
Has anyone ever wondered about the people who made those compilations, though? Like, people had to actually watch the show in order to make those compilations.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever think about what it must have taken to sit through 10, 25-minute episodes that you weren't enjoying and knew you weren't going to enjoy? How much must these people have hated this show in order to be willing to subject themselves to that, just so they could make this show's lack of quality more widely known? And this was not just a few people. Velma was almost immediately renewed for a second season, and was apparently the most viewed premiere of an original animated show on HBO Max. Yes, I know.
That's why hate watching doesn't work, guys. Because you're just going to increase the viewership. No one cares why you're watching. No one cares why you're watching. So shout out to the H3 Snarkers for all of your support.
That it probably would have gotten a second season regardless due to the sheer pedigree of its cast and crew, but I still think that hate-watching culture absolutely contributed to it going down in history as one of the worst animated shows of all time instead of just fading into obscurity. And, most importantly, it provided the best modern example of hate-watching. Hate-watching is the act of engaging with a piece of media for the purpose of deriving entertainment from how bad it is.
So
hate-watching is
internet
everywhere.
coded.
It's, in my opinion, what's given And Just Like That and Emily in Paris multiple seasons. And it's not just...
Okay, comparing those two is crazy to me. Like, Emily in Paris is, like, stupid. I feel like And Just Like That is... I don't even have a word for it. It's, like, offensively stupid. Way worse than Emily in Paris. I couldn't even get through a single episode of it, and I am a huge Sex and the City, like, rewatcher. Yeah, like, it's so bad, and it's trying to do too much and trying to be too, like, with it. It's just so very clearly not written by people who know anything about what's going on. Yeah, Emily in Paris is it's just goofy, right? It's just supposed to be like a little extended rom-com. It's very formulaic, and, you know, it just keeps cycling through the same guys over and over again, right? But I don't know. To me, it's not as offensive as And Just Like That because there's no, like, legacy that it's destroying, right?
For TV. Snark subreddits have had a huge boost in the past few years. At the risk of sounding like a high school valedictorian, snark is defined by the Merriam-Webster dictionary as an attitude or expression of mocking irreverence or sarcasm. Snark subreddits are Reddit communities dedicated to hating either on a famous individual or a group of famous people. I
will say Snark, I think we've talked about it. Snark was way before subreddits, obviously. It was way before Reddit. I remember because one of my friends in college was a horse girl. She owned a horse. She did competitions and everything. And she showed me horse Snark, which is like, and I thought it was just like, wow, horse people are fucking mean. But it's just the nature of like any like hardcore community. There's going to be a Snark situation. But that was all happening on LiveJournal. So my first introduction to Snark was in like 2005, 2006. And it was the horse Snark LiveJournal. And people were so fucking mean. Yeah. Oh, someone mentions the Scrubs revival. I have been loving it. I got to catch up, but I saw the first few episodes and I really like it. I think they're doing a great job. Oh, no, they didn't on LiveJournal. I remember that one too. Yeah. Oh, remember LiveJournal. Okay.
Like New York influencers, LA influencers, or fundamentalist Christian influencers. We'll get to them. For example, r/smallbeansnark is dedicated to criticism of famous scammer Caroline Calloway, where, as an article in The Guardian puts it, users, quote, meet up in real life, create crafts inspired by their snarking
That's
hobby,
crazy.
and, most importantly, spend hours upon hours updating each other on every aspect of Calloway's life. In my last video, I discussed the H3 Snark subreddit, hi guys, and its negative effects on the people it targets. For anyone who did not watch my last video, The H3 Show is a YouTube podcast that airs 3 to 4 hour episodes 3 days a week. Due to various factors, this podcast has attracted a very passionate anti-fandom and Snark subreddit, leading to a harassment campaign against the two hosts, Ethan and Ela Klein, as well as anyone associated
Who are the sweetest people I've ever met. The sweetest people I've ever met. With the most normal takes. Right? Like, it's just so stupid. It's very clear that the root of Snark is a desire for community while being extremely antisocial. And I don't just mean like, I don't like going outside. I mean like unable to operate within society. Right? Like not following the social norms. Being fucking weird. Turn the video up or yourself down. Okay, cool. I can't turn the video up. The video is all the way up, so I turn myself down a little bit.
Associated with the podcast. This harassment campaign has led to, among other things, Child Protective Services being falsely called on the Kleins.
Trash.
And I say falsely because the Kleins have posted a letter to the internet
you,
from
girl.
the Department of Children and Family Services saying that the call was unwarranted.
And I can now say I have been in that house. And I have never been in a cleaner house. Spotless house. Like they clearly have cleaners that come and keep it very, very, very tidy. And also Ethan was going around the yard multiple times a day picking up dog poop. Like in that little, one of those little like things. They keep their shit tight. They keep their shit tight. Not that any of us needed to know to get more evidence that obviously they're not horrible parents. And yeah, and I mean they were both with the kids all day. That they fucking love their kids and they're wonderful with their kids and their kids love them. Brucey especially is just so sweet and soft and like loves being close to Ela. They're just the best. They're just the best little kids and they're well cared for and loved and they're surrounded by so much family and so many friends.
And 2 human skulls being sent to their workplace. Again, the Kleins posted proof. I first became aware of this situation in January of last year and I've been observing it ever since. And what I want to know is, who the fuck has the time to spend 12 hours a week watching a podcast that you don't even like?
And 12 hours is low now, right? Because now with our show, that's like 6 hours a day, 4 times a week. That's like a full day's worth. That's 24 hours of content. but sometimes, right? Sometimes we go sometimes the main show goes 4 hours. Sometimes we go more than 3 hours. So that could be up to an entire day's worth of content that they are imbibing in a week, plus members stream.
Seriously, there are people who are fans of the H3 podcast who don't have time to watch every episode.
Hey, we got an After Dark meme.
There are people who
That's
hours
such a
a
great
week
point.
watching a podcast
point
that
here.
you don't even like. Seriously, there are people who are fans of the H3 podcast who don't have time to watch every episode.
Yeah, I have heard you guys talking about how overwhelmed you are with the amount of content. You need to fucking lock in, because Snark has no problem. So you guys need to quit your jobs and stop complaining.
I've seen snarkers bitching about members episodes. They literally pay to watch the podcast they hate.
Insane.
You couldn't even pay me to watch a podcast.
I'm going to be archiving for personal and or transformative use. Not sure if anyone else is watching. I'm just cleaning up some work and recording stream. I know a lot of our members got canceled that got it for free during the drive, but let me know if it's worth setting something up. This is them literally talking about sharing members' content with other people who are not members. I know a lot of our members got canceled that got it for free during the drive, but let me know if it's worth setting something up. Okay.
Podcasts I don't like, let alone get me to pay to watch it. Over the holiday break,
We know there's tons of snarkers that are paying for memberships. So shout out.
H3 employees Lena and Abdullah Ayad went on a road trip back to their hometown of Dearborn, Michigan, and decided to stream the entire time. The stream added up to over 4 days worth of content. Snarkers watched this live stream. They spent 4 days watching the live stream of employees of the podcast that they hate for the sole purpose of picking apart their behavior, eventually accusing them of animal abuse because
Not just animal abuse, but implying that they sexually abuse Rocky. These people are so unwell. So unwell. And especially how many hours a week do you guys spend watching something you fucking hate? For me, it's 0. Unless you count, I don't even hate it, but my wife watches a lot of fishing videos on YouTube or how to build stuff, and I might be in the room for it. It's not stuff that I enjoy, but I wouldn't say it's something I like. So I'm kind of listening to that, and I'll ask questions and comment along. Maybe there's some sports I'm not that interested in, but to actively sit down and watch something you hate from people that you don't respect, who annoy you to this degree for that many hours a week, that has to be delivering psychic damage to these people. They are hurting their own brains. They are hurting their own feelings. It's just constant negative feedback. They have to be mentally exhausted. They have to be.
because their puppy snapped at one of them at one point, which, as we all know, is something that no healthy puppy has ever done to one of their owners.
God.
Because puppies are famously very well behaved.
And that's the thing. They're just so outraged about everything that it makes the things that might be reasonable for outrage seem stupid too, because none of it is being done in good faith, right? None of it is being done with genuine concern, right? Because they will pick apart things I say or anybody else in the crew, right? But, and I've said this before, if we were to turn on Ethan and Hila tomorrow, we would be their favorite. They would love us so much, right? Suddenly it wouldn't matter. Just like it doesn't matter that Ian, iDubbbz, and Anissa put together the whole N-word thing with Tana Mojo, right? None of that matters anymore. What Hassan Piker did 10 years ago doesn't matter anymore. But what Ethan and Hila did 10 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, that can never be forgotten. Like, none of it is being done. None of it is coming from a genuine place. And that's why we cannot be concerned with these people's opinions about us, because it's all completely mutable. Like, or is it immutable? Mutable? It would be completely different if we decided to, be turncoats and become snarkers. Then we would be loved and embraced and celebrated for coming in and giving them inside information, right? It's just very, very, very childish.
When Klein posted...
Why didn't that play? Oh, hang on. Let me put my alerts on here. For some reason, that didn't work. Okay. Alerts are on. Okay, thank you. Oh, thank you, Snyder. Is it Snyder Mark? Thank you. And Jared said, Kate, I've been a day oneer. I'm so happy to see how you've grown. Love you always, girl. You are good people with reasonable takes also. Thank you so much. Thank you for the gift. I really appreciate it. All right, back to Ms. Dollhouse here.
Content nuke Hassan Piker last winter, there were so many posts in the H3 Snark subreddit saying something along the lines of, oh, I want to watch, but I don't want to give Klein the views.
Oops,
and
yep.
The question is, why? Why did you want to watch the video if you didn't think it was going to have any substantive criticism? Like, I'm not even saying this for Klein's sake. I'm saying this for all of yours. Go to the park, spend time with your family, learn a new language, read a book, write a short story, paint a picture, like, learn an instrument. I can literally think of hundreds of better ways for you to spend your time than watching Ethan Klein's videos.
Yeah, watch another creator. I physically cannot get through even like a full clip of Hassan. I cannot imagine being so mentally twisted that I would go out of my way to sit down and dedicate hours and hours of my time to like dissecting his videos and participating in this like huge subreddit about it. Oh, God, it's just so exhausting. It's so fucking exhausting.
I got a lot of flack in the comments of my last video for having a running
Thank you, Britta.
Joke about how much I dislike Hassan Piker. And some of you might now be thinking to yourselves, wow, you're lecturing all of us about parasocial hatred when you parasocially hate Hassan Piker? Interesting. I'm very intelligent. The crucial difference between me and the average snarker is that I have never seen a Hassan Piker stream.
Thank you.
And have no desire to.
Exactly.
Simple as that.
Exactly.
And before you say, well, how can you hate him if you've never even seen one of his streams?
If you have these millionaire, billionaire, WASP fail sons, at least taking them out of other colleges so they can only do date rape to other billionaire, millionaire failed daughters is like, in some respects, from a utilitarian perspective,
utilitarian.
A little bit better. You know what I mean? Like, taking these guys...
From a utilitarian perspective, it's okay if I use these words to talk about how some rapes are better than others. Like, what the fuck are we doing, dude? Here's where's the one that I love from Mr. Piker? Is this still up? Here's how I know that Hassan sucks.
Comes to feminism, because I just believe the things that I believe, and people, that really frustrates a lot of people who are better read than I am in terms of feminist literature, for example, feminist theory, for example. They get real mad and they say stuff like, Hassan, you come across as misogynistic from time to time.
So this is him saying that he's not performative with feminism because he has been called out by people who know more about feminism, and he has refused to do better, to learn more, to become a better ally. Because the only way that he would do that is if he was faking it. That makes me wonder about all of his opinions, if that's how he feels.
And for me, it's like, it feels like I would be more performative if I were to tailor my framework in a way that suits the appetite and interests of people who are more well-read than me.
Tailor your opinion? Wouldn't it just be like learning more and adjusting your opinion based on what you know? That's not pandering. That's just learning things and getting a new perspective. Like I said, this is a lot of word salad to say, I refuse to learn more in order to treat women better. And at the end he goes, that's just who I am. That's just the way I am.
On this issue, this is just who I am.
It's just who I am. I can't change how little of a feminist I am. I can't change how much of a misogynist I am. Even when I am given the tools by women doing the emotional and academic labor for me. Because it's something you're born with. There's no way to become a better feminist. And if he were to do that, he would be pandering to people who know more than him. So is that what he's doing right now when it comes to class? Is he just faking it and doesn't really believe in anything? He's just pandering to people that he looks up to? That's such a weird way to say it. It's not performative if you learn more about something. Like, this is why I can't stand this shit. It's just like so anti-intellectual. And that's how I know I don't need to watch anything Hassan Piker fucking does.
And putting them in a pen with one another is ultimately getting them away from the broader society.
I've seen enough. In this video, I want
just let rich men rape rich women. Because the rich women kind of deserve it. The children of the daughters of rich people deserve rape more than other people. What if no one deserves rape? Like, what is this weird thought experiment? He did another thought experiment recently where he said, if Tucker Carlson were up against Gavin Newsom, I think a lot of leftists would vote for Tucker Carlson. Like, and people don't think that's just him. People think that's just him like predicting something. But what's happening when he does that is he is giving his followers the green light to do it, because immediately following that, he says, and this is why. Because Tucker Carlson hates Israel. And they're like, oh, yeah, well, I'm a single issue voter, so I will vote for Tucker Carlson because he also hates Israel. Never mind all of his other disgusting, terrible politics. But Hassan Piker has said that that's okay. And if you act like that's not what's happening, like he doesn't have an influence, you're full of shit. Because one second you'll say Gavin Newsom needs to meet with Hassan because he is the face of the movement. We can't criticize Hassan because he's the best we have. Hassan is so popular, right? All of these things. Oh, Hassan helped Zohran Mamdani win. Okay, well, if all those things are true, then isn't saying something like this also him being influential? And were there to be, and I hope there isn't, were there to be a head-to-head between Tucker Carlson and Gavin Newsom, wouldn't what he said in that clip make at least some of his fans think that what they were supposed to do is vote for Tucker Carlson? The answer is yes.
To talk about Snark subreddits, the people who use them, and the effects that this practice can have on our psyches. In case you didn't see my last video, I made a lot of people from a certain Snark subreddit very upset, and I just need to let you all know that I don't regret a single thing I said in that video. You can't hurt my feelings. I'm on too many antidepressants. I try to approach all of my content ideologically. I don't want to just say, Snarkers engage in this kind of behavior because they're evil. And there's simply nothing that can be done to stop it. So they just need to be put down. Like rabid dogs. Even regarding my sheer confusion over why someone would watch...
Which is how which is how Snarkers view everything, right? Everything's very black and white. If you're not with them, you're against them. You are, dyed-in-the-wool evil. If you watch and enjoy H3, if you work for H3... someone today was like, oh, how can you say you care about feminism if you work for Ethan Klein? It's like, they are so fucking stupid. I don't think they're evil, but they think I'm evil. They think all of us are evil. Like, what a terrible world for them to think so many people are evil.
Guamily.
Hey, H3 Pride Minute. I saw your little video of me. It was very, very cute. Thank you.
Watch a podcast or follow an influencer that they don't like, I have to assume that there's a deeper reason beyond just it's never occurred to them to unfollow. So, I'm going to try and discuss why I believe that people engage in Snark for anyone who might not understand.
Let's see if we agree.
And then I'm going to try to explain why I believe that this behavior does more harm than good. And if you yourself are a Snarker, maybe you'll see some of yourself in my analysis.
Oh, they won't,
While I was writing,
sweetie. I wish they would, but they won't. They just... It's a cult mentality where they're not going to get any of it. Trust me, they have no introspection at all. And it sucks. It sucks because they are very, very active people, very dedicated people. And sorry, guys, I was looking for something else. And I was looking for my Snarker thing. But anyway, so yeah, they're just not gonna catch themselves. They're not gonna catch themselves at all. It's my birthday and Guam is live and I just found out I'm pregnant. What a day. Shout out. Congratulations. Okay.
Writing the script for this video, I was reading a lot of articles about people who either once had participated or still were participating in Snark. And while those articles did provide a lot of really good insight, I still had a lot of questions. So I reached out to my subscribers and asked them to email me if they'd ever participated in a Snark so I could ask them some questions. You'll be hearing from them throughout this video.
At Lauren Sehar just farted. We literally said / typed cult mentality at the same time.
Thank you, Lawrence, or Jared. I think your name is just Jared.
Before participating, I still had a lot of questions, so I reached out to my subscribers and asked them to email me if they'd ever participated in a Snark so I could ask them some questions. You'll be hearing from them throughout this video. Before I start, I need to establish some things. I'm not just talking about parasocial hatred. That's something in which we all participate to a certain degree, and it's very easy to see why. We hate people we don't know because they're doing something harmful, or because they're annoying, or because they're doing something harmful and they're annoying. I could not in good conscience have an entire running joke in my last video about how much I hate Hassan Piker only to turn around and act like all parasocial hatred is completely unfounded.
That's annoying. Why isn't chat showing up? Come on now. I don't know what the deal is. Sorry, guys. I thought your chats were coming up on screen. Apologies for that. I don't know what's going on there.
What I want to talk about is obsessive parasocial hatred. What is the difference between casually hating a celebrity and hating a celebrity so much that you will choose to devote your time and energy to engaging with that person's content with the sole purpose of picking it apart? While I was writing this script, I kept 3 questions in mind. 1, why do people obsessively parasocially hate?
We got a new Memby. Welcome, not Mel B. Thank you. Thank you. Don't start with the boomer alert. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working. That's annoying. That is annoying. I'm going to try to fix it right now. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Please hold, everybody. Please hold. Here, we'll go back to me. Hi, everyone. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, it's back. Oh, it's back on that channel. So what the fuck's the problem? What's the problem? All right, so if I go here now. Hey, we did it. No more boomer police.
What the fuck just happened?
Up. Oh, my God, that was so stupid. Oh, my gosh. My stomach still hurts from laughing that hard multiple times last night. Let's put this over here. All my shit's messed up because I also use this for After Dark now. All right, let's go back to this. She's doing great so far. I liked the video. I'm enjoying this. I will definitely be listening to the rest of it.
Number 2, why do people engage with things that they find upsetting? And number 3, who benefits? These are questions I want us all to keep in mind as we watch this video. Now, I will be the first to acknowledge that I can be a little long-winded and that I can go on a tangent or two, so I will be revisiting these questions at the end of each section. And actually, I already have a pretty good idea of the answer to that 3rd question. While I was researching for this video, I read Jon Ronson's So You've Been Publicly Shamed.
Oh.
It wasn't quite relevant to my video. Ronson's book deals more—
I started this and I didn't finish it. I don't even know where it is in my house. It was interesting though when I started. I will say, I think a book that really let me look it up here. A book that really captures the Snark experience.
At Stefan Yesinger is gay. Love you, girl. Your video meeting the crew gave me so much joy.
Oh, thank you, Stephanie. It was such a joyful weekend. So a book that I really, really liked that reminds me of the Snarker mentality is called, God, I fucking hate Microsoft Edge. It's so annoying. It's called We Are Watching Eliza Bright by A.E. Osworth. Has anyone read this book?
She orbits no man.
Hi, Athena. All right, here it is. Have you guys heard of this book? So it's kind of, it's more about like Gamergate. It's like set in the Gamergate time, but it is very similar to what is happening with Snark subreddits today. Obviously, especially with the one that I know the most about, which is the Leftovers H3 Snark stuff. It is a great book. It's pretty it's like an independent book. I used to do book reviews, and so I would get sent all kinds of books, and this is one of them, and it was fantastic. Highly recommend it. It's written in a really cool way. It's written in the plural first person, so we, and the we is the internet. The we is the people that are going after this woman who is a gamer and works for a game like a software company. It's a novel. It's not like a memoir or anything, but it's very, very good. So highly recommend that one. I think about it all the time when we talk about this stuff. But yeah, it's really, I feel like it's one of the best books that I've read that incorporates the internet these days. So check it out. A.E. Osworth, trans author, by the way. Trans author. We love that. Okay, back to the Dollhouse we go.
More so with ordinary citizens who were shamed for one transgression as opposed to celebrities with detailed hate communities cataloging years of perceived transgressions. However, Ronson made one point that really, really resonated with me, which, if my calculations were true, means Google made $120,000 from the destruction of this person. Or maybe Google made more. But one thing's certain, those of us who did the actual annihilating, we got nothing. We were unpaid interns for Google. Oof. And it really put things into perspective for me.
That's so true. Like, Snark is making no money off of this. What exactly are they getting from doing all this shit? One sec. All right.
Snark subreddits get recommended a lot, sometimes even instead of general fan subreddits. Even when I got recommended a general fan subreddit, it was a negative post, and I kind of laughed and texted my friend about it at the time, being like, oh, how does Reddit know me so well? But in retrospect, is that not a little bit weird? So, next time you see something on Reddit that really makes your heartbeat race or your jaw clench, just ask yourself, how much money is Reddit making off of sucking me into a vortex of self-righteous but ultimately impotent rage?
Impotent rage is definitely a word I have used about Snark before. Because that's what it is. Like I and that is a problem I have right now with the online left, is that its leaders whip their followers into an impotent rage, and then they don't give them a solution. They just give them scapegoats, people that they personally have problems with. Instead of being like, you should vote, you should get involved in your community, you should do this, this, or this, right? There are lots of ways that you can tell, that you can mobilize your audience, right? But for the most part, these very active fans are using, it seems like a lot of time in a week, watching and dissecting videos that they hate instead of making any actual impact on any of the people they say they care about.
So in my last video, I featured a post of someone from the H3 Snark subreddit wearing one of George Goodnightis' CPS shirts.
Yes.
The caption read, "I will cherish this when I'm in a nursing home reminiscing on the golden days of bullying Ethan Klein on the internet." And the first time I read that, I was like, you know what? I believe them. I believe that they're going to be cherishing the memories of bullying Ethan Klein on the internet when they're old. Because I don't think that they're going to have any memories with their loved ones that they'll be able to cherish. And sad. I get that they were probably joking, but jokes can sometimes reveal truth. I think that hatred and disillusionment can feel very lonely. I'll give you a personal example. About 2 years ago, I became a fan of this commentary creator who I will not be naming because, believe it or not, I actually do not enjoy
confirmed. Vote fam.
Vote fam.
Starting feuds with random YouTubers. Ooh. So we will be calling them Person A. Like I said, I was a casual fan of Person A at first, but eventually I found myself starting to get annoyed with them.
Now I'm dying to know
It felt like some of their videos were just very mean, and as I kept watching them, I couldn't help but notice that they were approaching their content in a very unempathetic and intellectually lazy way that often caused their points to lack nuance. So eventually, I just kind of shrugged and unsubscribed. But then, a couple weeks later, my friend texted me talking about how annoying they thought that a certain video Person A had just put out was, and I was like, oh my god, you don't like Person A? I don't like Person A. And the two of us had a grand old time bitching about how much we didn't like their videos for about 10 minutes. And then we never spoke of the topic again. And the excitement that one feels when they find a fellow hater isn't just reserved for people. A couple weeks ago, I stumbled across a forum post about a person talking about how they didn't like the way that the musical The Outsiders had adapted the book. And so many people in the comments were like, Jesus Christ, thank you. I've never liked this musical. I think the excitement came both from a desire to connect and over Person A and The Outsiders musical's relative obscurity. There's an entire wiki devoted to picking apart Twilight, and there are many, many people in the world who can give you a very detailed list of reasons about why exactly they don't like Blake Lively or Kim Kardashian, but
yeah, this is another thing that I've talked about, is that most of the people who are doing this are stans of something. Like it is the brain chemistry of Snark seems to be the same as the brain chemistry of stan culture. Like Nicki Minaj fans, Taylor Swift fans, Beyonce fans, like the real hardcore people. And the thing I was looking for, I think I posted it on my YouTube post, and now seems like the right time to actually dig and find it, because I break down what I believe is the psychology of Snark, and I think that you will agree, but if not, that's also okay. Come on now. Where the fuck is it? Wow, I posted it so long ago. You guys probably haven't even seen it yet. It's coming, don't worry. I'm getting there. Hope everyone's doing well in the comments tonight. Yeah, wow. I've been doing this for a while now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, where is it? Yeah, it's not on this computer downloaded because this is my new computer. That's when I was in the movie. Sorry, this is terrible streaming. You'll live, though. You'll live! You won't live if I don't fucking find it. You'll be like, boomer alert. Oh no, I can't find it. Where the fuck is it? Oh, maybe I can search. I don't know. It's called The Psychology of Snark, and it's a fucking... Oh, maybe it's on Canva. It's definitely on Canva. I just want you guys to see it because I was really proud of it. There it is. I found it. I found it, guys. Whoa. Oh, that's not the fucking right one. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking flip a shit. Is this the final? Yes. Okay, great. Okay, here it is. The Stan to Snark pipeline. So it's a full infographic. I'll share it again in my on my YouTube posts. So here's how it works. A person becomes famous. They amass a diverse body of fans who love them to differing degrees. I think that should be differing. As in any community, a small percentage of the fan base is more extreme and emotionally dysregulated in their love for the celebrity. Instead of setting boundaries for these stans, the celebrity encourages their behavior because it validates them, right? Because they're like, oh my God, this person really loves me. They're so engaged and I want to reward that because it makes me feel good. Okay? Then there is a rupture. The celebrity does something to upset their fans. They lose followers, including some of the extremists that end up going too. The fandom was very important. I think this is what the Dollhouse is going to talk about next. The fandom was a very important community for these stans. Their extremism and emotional issues make it hard to sustain friendships, so now they feel alone and very upset. So they start a new community together, but this time it's only them. No moderate voices to bring perspective or curb antisocial behavior. Like when they were in H3 in general, if they had a weird take, people would be like, that's a weird fucking take, right? But now it's just all weirdos. There is no moderate voice. And they're just gassing each other up. It's just the gaslighting thing, right? They need a place to direct their dysregulation, and they have one thing in common, being angry at the same person. This becomes the sole purpose of the community. So that's how you go from having really serious fans to having a Snark subreddit. That is, that's what I made. And I think it makes sense still.
Like I said, participation in this particular commentary sphere gives one a general air of unproblematicness. And that adds a certain level of intrigue to anyone who criticizes them. One of the people I spoke to agreed with me. When I asked them what had attracted them to Snark, their answer was, to be honest, the sense of community you gain from a smaller understanding of a niche topic. Although I do need to point out that...
Because there is also something about if you are able to find, like, if everybody loves something and you love it too, but you're able to be like, yeah, but, and then you know something that's like a little bit negative, it kind of gives you some cachet, right? Like, oh yeah, I really love this director, but like his early work was really bad or sexist or whatever it is, right? So then like if you're able to, it like gives you a way to one up and get like a little dopamine hit from knowing more, right? And not being just like, oh, I'm just a follower. You know more about them. You have more of like the ins and outs.
But I also get excited when I find out that someone's a fan of a thing that I like.
Yeah.
So my excitement can't only be chalked up to being able to connect over hatred. But I do think that shit talking is a bonding experience.
Oh, it's a wonderful
Disliking someone can make you feel mean. And when you meet another person who also dislikes that person for the same reason, it's confirmation that your problem with that person is a problem with them and not a problem with you. But if we look at my previous personal example, you will notice that I said that we talked about person A once and then never again.
Yeah, that's
our
a normal
hatred of
thing.
person A is not the bedrock upon which our friendship is founded. And I acknowledge that it's easy for me to say that because neither I nor my friend were ever that big of a fan of person A, so our disillusionment with them wasn't really that big of a deal. Still, I can't even imagine how miserable my relationship with my friend would be if literally the only thing that we had to talk about was our hatred of person A. But if
I think we've all had a friend like that, right? Who is just super negative and just wants to talk about the same thing over and over again. And maybe you've even been in that place. Like there was a time in grad school when, you know, my friends would talk a lot of shit about other people in grad school, right? It was very snobby behavior. We were very frustrated with these people, and we were not very like cool and kind about it, right? We would snark a lot behind their backs, right? So I think we've all been on both sides of it. Either like you're part of a snarky situation, or one of your friends just always wants to snark about something and you're exhausted by it, or vice versa. But like, this is so protracted. It's so many years now that this has been happening, that these people have been doing this for different celebrities, not just Ethan and Hila, right? But this is like years and years of people's lives, and like the Dollhouse is saying, like building entire relationships on that, like not talking about other stuff. That's where the antisocial things come from. Like, you have nothing else to talk about. You don't know how to engage with people if you're not hating somebody. I know that doesn't feel good.
this were my only friend, and if this were the only thing that we had in common, I might be willing to keep revisiting that topic just so that
Just to
we'd
have
be
a
able to
friend.
bond over something. I might even be willing to continue watching Personia's videos just so that we'd have more stuff to talk about. The person I spoke to had
Desperate.
something similar to say. They were actually an ex-mod of Trishyland, Trisha Paytas'
interesting.
Snark subreddit, which eventually got so toxic that it had to be taken down. Although they insist that most of the evil actually took place on Discord, not Reddit. They shared with me, our Discord had channels for regular talk, venting about boyfriends, showcasing our pets, etc. This is what eased me in every day. I'd log in, see how the girlies are doing, then roll my eyes at the latest Trisha update. We had group calls where we talked about ex-boyfriends, debt, life trauma, and somehow we're all able to laugh about comparing it to Trisha's life. It was a fucked up sense of community.
Life trauma, I think, is a huge part of this. I've talked about this on multiple videos about, I think a lot of people who are involved in these very extreme fandoms, hate-doms, whatever you want to call it, I think a lot of them have unresolved trauma, stuff that, like, heavy stuff that they are dealing with that brings them to these places and triggers them a lot, activates them a lot, whichever word you want to use. And a place like a Snark subreddit is giving them, like, the negative and positive feedback that they need to kind of self-regulate.
So when you look at it through that lens, it actually makes perfect sense why that H3 Snark user would want to spend money on H3 Snark merch the same way that I would want to spend money on a Fleetwood Mac t-shirt. This is their community.
Oof.
Like I said, hatred and disillusionment are lonely feelings, and finding people who feel the same way that you do can feel really, really uplifting. And if you use...
I love how Graham says she mutes any snarkers on X and you can just see them rage into the void. Yeah. Sometimes I'll see people replying to them and I'm just like, better you than me. If I get to a place, like, I'll go back and forth with some people, and then when they start being just like, ooh, Ethan Klein, I'm like, you're fucking stupid. You don't actually want to talk about the issues. So I just mute them. The mute button's great. The mute button is great.
Used to be a fan of that person or thing, finding fellow Fallen fans can provide the same sense.
Yeah, look at that. No longer have a comfort community.
Only feelings, and finding people who feel the same way that you do can feel really, really uplifting. And if you used to be a fan of that person...
So this is a Leftovers H3 post. No longer have a comfort community. As someone who left the H3 community around September 2023, I've found myself lacking a comfort community. This space has been the closest I've found. I'm very frat-coded, some would say, like Hassan in some aspects. Not handsome, tall, or stupid and sexy. Okay. Calling themselves ugly and unsexy. But I find my path very similar to his. I find the internet side of leftism to be usually filled with majority girly pop type hobbies and whatnot, and I just feel as though I'm out of place. Sometimes I want to talk about dumb dude shit and not politics. If anyone else is in a similar position, I've found to particularly enjoy Stavi's World as a podcast and community. Any others would be nice. Like, they're just desperate for belonging, right? And I just wish there was a way for them to find that without also being horrific to other people online. Like, this isn't wrong. It's not wrong to want community. It's not wrong to want to take comfort in something, right? The spot where things go wrong is when the community you join is dedicated to hating people. Like, if you think about cults, if you think about gangs, right? These are the people who end up in these situations usually lack community in the real world, right? They are looking for people to belong to, a culture to belong to. It is a totally normal human experience to be looking for that. But at some point, I mean, you got to realize you're in a hate group. It's hard to continue to have sympathy for that.
Thing, finding fellow Fallen fans can provide the same sense of community that was lost.
G-Wham over here.
At Laurent Sehard says, Ethan assaulted Al by making him motorboat him. Also, I don't understand humor.
Yeah.
And I'm just grasping at straws cause I'm a lol cow.
Thank you, Jared. Yeah, it's like none of them actually believe that. But they are watching everything we do with a fine-tooth comb and making mountains out of not even molehills. Making mountains out of just like flat ground. Because like the Dollhouse is saying, they need to keep feeding the beast in order to keep this community going. Because if this community dies, if it runs out of firewood, then their community goes dead. It sucks. I don't know why that didn't do the thing that it's supposed to do for you, Becca. It says the travel vlogger Adam the Woo had a crazy snark snub about him. I saw that. When he suddenly died in his sleep recently, they all changed their turn, acting heartbroken and caring. It was enraging. Yeah, I did see that. And they were doing something similar to what happens in the H3 hate subreddits, where they kind of like defend themselves, right? Where they're like, well, we were just really worried about him. That's why we did it. Fucking bullshit. Join an adult kickball league. Like, do literally anything else.
When you stopped being a fan of that thing. So why do people obsessively parasocially hate, and why do they engage with stuff that they find upsetting? Because it makes them feel less lonely. Mm-hmm. Who benefits? Well, superficially the snarkers do. In the same way that a smoker technically benefits from smoking cigarettes because the nicotine makes them feel good for a few minutes.
Excellent analogy.
Look, at least some parasociality is kind of inevitable. I mean, I've got people I'm parasocially attached to. This is pretty laughably apparent in my last video.
Yeah, because it's human to be that way. So whenever it's like, oh, you're being parasocial, you're being it is human to feel connected to other people and to care about them. We are in an age when we are closer to the celebrities that we look up to than ever, right? A lot of the times we can directly access them, right? And so it's not always that it's being parasocial is just, it's kind of become normal, right? Where we are seeing these people, we are humans with feelings. We care about what happens to these people. Parasocial has a lot of negative connotations, but it's not always bad. It's not always bad.
A wild guess who my favorite commentary creator is. You'll never be able to tell. However, I've also taken great pains to manage that.
I don't know who that is.
I enjoy Eddie Burbach's content, but I openly acknowledge that I do not know him and that he could be completely different in real life. When I gaze upon these snark subreddits, oftentimes I don't find mindless trolls. Based on the obsessive, fan-like engagement with their subjects, and based on the test.
Oh, this is really sad. I've been in this community for a while, and if you're new, I'd like to welcome you. I've done posts like this randomly over the, oh my God, it's been years now. Years. Jesus Christ. Years of doing this.
Testimonies of a lot of snarkers. Many in these subreddits actually used to be fans. The H3 community even has a name for this phenomenon, fallen fanitis, and I'm going to have to borrow that phrase for the purpose of brevity. I've had people that I was a fan of disappoint me. In my last video, I told you about my Duncan Kastner story when I was talking about the rise of the so-called commentary mindset and how I felt that it promotes black and white thinking. Looking back, I think the reason why I reacted so badly to Kastner's drama with Johnson was because in my head, I had this idea that the people who would get called out by commentary creators like Tana Mojo or Jake Paul were inherently bad, and that Danny Gonzalez, Drew Gooden, and anyone who borrowed their aesthetic was inherently good. And that drama forced me to take a step back and reassess the way that I was engaging with content. I had to realize that just because someone presents themselves as a moral authority doesn't mean that they actually are one, and that looking like you care about something and actually caring are two very different things. God. But not
True.
everyone has that realization. They develop these extremely personal relationships with content creators. So when that content creator does something to disappoint them, they take it incredibly personally. There's
Yep, that's the rupture that I was talking about.
probably a person watching this video right now who was a really big fan of my last video, but who is growing increasingly disappointed in me the longer I keep talking. And that person could probably create a way longer list of reasons why I suck than the average H3 snarker who just kind of came in, left a negative comment, and then dipped. And it makes sense. After all the time, energy, and in many cases, money that people spend supporting their favorite creators, it's very easy to feel like one's life has been wasted.
Well, I mean, and I mean, you can see a little bit of that frustration of like, I spent money on this, I'm not getting what I wanted out of it, when people were complaining about the subathon not being long enough, right? Although I have a sense that a lot of that was astroturfed, if you know what I mean. Sorry guys. But you could see like, oh, well, I donated memberships and I thought this was going to go long. 7 fucking hours wasn't enough. Like, let's be serious. I think people were being very irrational about that. With peace and love. But you can see how somebody who is like unhealthily parasocially attached to a show or a celebrity, when they experience that kind of disappointment, that can kind of rot in their brain and turn into something else. Yes, people were complaining, but I think a lot of it was stupid snarkers who were doing what we're talking about right now.
Hatred can feel more productive than apathy.
And they probably were the highest they've ever felt.
One can derive entertainment out of hatred. Wilhelm Steckel said, the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. But if you've loved someone for a really long time, becoming indifferent to them is harder than it sounds. I think this is best exemplified by the Timothy Chalamet Snark community. Hi, editing me here. So, I wrote this part of the script in January when no one except Timothy Chalamet's haters really disliked him. And since then,
things have changed.
Chalamet has just been marathoning, making himself look like a total douchebag.
Oopsies.
I'm gonna keep in this part of the script because I think my point still stands and my analysis is good, but
right from the start it was made clear that the Times wouldn't be able to go on indefinitely. I know. I don't understand how anybody was annoyed. I genuinely don't understand that. I feel like it's so foolish. Like, the point of it was to hit the goal, and the goal was hit, and also it was 7 fucking hours, and the crew had been there since 7 a.m. setting up. Like, it was a huge show. It was a great show, and there was a lot of wonderful things that happened. Like, that just feels greedy to me. Let's be real. Nobody wants to be at their job longer than they need to be. Well, also, yeah, exactly. People want to finish their workday as well, but they were also giving 1,000% all day. You know what I mean? Just really, really weird. Really weird shit. Okay, I think I'm going to stop here. You guys can watch the Dollhouse, the rest of the Dollhouse's video. I don't want to watch a ton of it. I want you guys to give her the views. We can just talk about Snarker stuff because I think we agree on a lot of the same shit. It's just, you know how it is. You know how these snarkers roll. Like, they clearly need community for whatever reason. Maybe they do have people in real life, but there is some sort of need that isn't being met, that they need to fill with a very, very intense relationship. And that's what they've decided to do with their time. It's really sad. It's really sad. Blame Kai and the Phase guys for month-long subathons. Pfft, is there any crossover there? I usually don't look at Snark, but I had to see the Ethan scammed his fan shit. I mean, it's just, but that's the thing. Like, we can't live our lives, and because I've seen people being like, "Oh, Snark's gonna love that." We can't live our lives anticipating or internalizing Snark reactions, because they will turn nothing into something every single time. So it doesn't matter if you adjust the way you do things. You know? Like, I happened to wear my hair in a bun 2 days in a hot city, and suddenly I don't care for myself. Suddenly I don't love myself. I'm a fat, ugly slob, and my bun is full of mold, someone said. Like, it's just that you can't. Buns are a problem. Literally everyone I know wears a bun a lot of days in a week. It's like they make the most innocuous things into a problem. It is like an abusive partner. Exactly. Hyper critical. It's so dumb. Most of them probably, if they are women or people with long hair, many of them probably wear buns. Like, that's the thing. It's completely disingenuous. It's completely disingenuous. You know what I mean? Yeah, put some buns in chat. Like, they think I care. It's literally an emoji in chat. Having curly hair means a bun is necessary many days. Yes, it was fucking warm out. I love wearing a bun. I didn't want to be fucking with my hair all day on camera. It's hot as shit. It's hot as shit to have all this hair down. Turning an anthill into a molehill, a mountain out of a molehill. But I mean, I'm talking, they go from nothing. Like, a very normal standard hairstyle for women is somehow problematic. That's what I mean. Like, that's how idiotic and frivolous they are, that they bring it down to that. It's just so stupid. And they wouldn't be acting like I have a hygiene problem if I wasn't fat. Like, it's just, and they also wouldn't be having a problem with my bun, a problem with my weight, a problem with whatever else they have a problem with if I agreed with them and hated Ethan and Hila. Right? We know that. We know that. I'm wearing a bun right now, and there is, here we go.
Kiwi Lexi 1 just gave 16 New Zealand dollars and 99 cents. In wearing a bun RN, and there is probably cow shit in it from work. It's summer here. IDGAFO. What a joke they are.
It's just so dumb. It's like, oh, she wears glasses. Fucking loser. Ugly. Like, just the most dumb bully shit from, like, middle school. It's so dumb. I've spoken up against the mean shit people say about Frogan's looks, and she went at Nick so fast. Yeah, I've defended Frogan too, and I mean, I can't say I'm surprised that Frogan went after Nick at all. I think it's wild for somebody who has been body shamed online for so many years to turn around and use that. But I think she's fucking immature. I think she's immature, just like all of her friends. So I'm not surprised. Like, oh, you're fatter than me. Like, girl, what are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah, I love my bun. And you guys love my bun. And it's a fucking bun. It's a hairstyle. Like, who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? Oh, she has glasses. Like, that's exactly what they could do next. Her glasses are ugly. Ew, glasses. What a fucking loser. Like, they just pick anything. They just pick people apart for literally no reason. Like AB. I mean, God. They, like, make up that he got all kinds of surgery. It's just so stupid. And again, none of it is real. None of it is real. Fat glasses, moldy bun chat, rise up. Maybe they're jealous of your bun because they're bald. Yeah. I don't know. Like it's just stupid. I know that some of them are sitting there talking shit about my bun whilst wearing a bun. You know what I mean? It's just all dumb. It's just, they just say everything to see what sticks and hurts people. It's foolish. It's very foolish. Give it up. Hey, Kristen. No, wait. AB did get a nose job and a BBL. Those are facts. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's what I think of Snark. Oh, my God. Imagine if Snark used their energy to care about real world issues. I mean, they some of them, I feel, genuinely think that they are helping. I don't know how. I don't know how they feel like that's helping. My wash and go consists of a bun. Yeah. What's got you burpy, girl? Oh, well, I mean, I'm inhaling a lot of air because I'm mad about things. Also, I ate a while ago. I don't know. Must be that cabbage from Corned Beef and Cabbage. They're saving Palestine. Seeing Kate belly laugh authentically to Harley getting tortured warms my heart. Oh my God, that was so fucking funny. Oh, that was so funny. I do have a rainbow wig. I have a bunch of wigs. I always do shit with wigs off camera. Different costumes and stuff that I've done over time. As a woman, I always hope the younger generations will be better than this. It's disappointing. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm hopeful that a lot of them are young, but I'm also quickly realizing that they might not be. They think they're fighting against evil. Exactly. No, I do shit with wigs, not I do shit with wigs. Oh, God. Let's watch Guam watch Guarly. What? Did you see AB watching After Dark on stream just smiling and laughing? It was precious. No, I have to, like on his stream or on the show today? I have to watch the show. I didn't realize they watched us today. That's really funny. I got to go watch that. I think the internet is just giving bullies a big platform, 100%. Oh, you bullied him into watching it on stream? Do you wear wigs? It was on his stream. Okay, I'll watch that later then. Oh, Dior is watching Adam McIntyre. Woof. Yeah, I'll go watch that now, probably, before I go to bed, as I said. Oh, all right. I know this was kind of short tonight, but I started late. And yeah, I have work tomorrow. I got to go get the show ready. So thank you all for being here. Shout out to the Dollhouse. Go give her a follow. Go watch her video. Give it a like if you enjoy it. So far, I've agreed with just about everything she said in it. And I'm sure the rest is fabulous, but I'll have to watch that at a later time. But I'm so glad that she made the video. Because if you've been here a while, you know I've been talking about the fact that somebody needs to do a deep dive on this weird corner of the internet. And so I'm glad that somebody's doing it. Someone who enjoys the video essay format, the editing shit, which I don't like at all. Yeah, she's got that good bisexual lighting. The Adam video he made about Olivia and Rosanna, please. Yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck him forever for being mean to Olivia. All right, friends. I will see you tomorrow for one more After Dark before the weekend. I hope you all have a lovely evening. And yeah, I'm gonna go enjoy my members stream, my H3 members stream. My one day a week I get to watch the show as a fan. So yeah, have a good night, everyone. Love you. Bye. Bye.